Going through a divorce was probably one of the most difficult things that I have ever personally gone through. And I believe it's because you have to let go of so much. You have to let go of your hopes, your dreams, your desires, the goals that you had for yourself. You have to let go of that title and that part of your life. And then when you finally let go of it, your life no longer resembles what it was that you once knew to be your life. And so moving forward seems challenging because you begin to question, like, is this all life has for me? What did I do to deserve this? What am I supposed to do to move on? When I personally went through this experience, I had no idea what to expect. And therefore, I was gravely underprepared for what would happen in my life and how it would change. And so I think at a surface level, I knew that there were going to be changes, and I knew I was going to have to recreate my life and change the way I identified and the way I looked at family. But actually or physically doing that versus like thinking about it was a whole different step. Like I didn't even know where to begin. And that's when I started to get consumed in depression and anxiety. And really grief started to take over my life. And I started to lead my life from a hurt place. And I stayed there for quite some time. I was angry, I was upset, I was hurt, I was vengeful, I was anxious, I was depressed. I was all of these different emotions, and it felt like I couldn't get in control of them. It felt like my emotions were controlling my life, and I couldn't move forward. It was extremely overwhelming. And then I got to a place where I realized that I wasn't ever going to move forward, that I was always going to remain in this stuck, hurt place unless I made a different choice. And that's when I knew that it was time to reach out for support, to get support. And here's the thing. A lot of people try to get support in different ways when they go through a divorce. Some people look for support in the form of sympathy, and some people look for support in the form of like change and shift and healing. And so at that point, I realized that I needed to go from sympathy to healing, from sympathy to real strategic support. This one decision, while it was sort of on a whim, realizing that I was just in a dark place and I couldn't live like this, making this one decision was life changing. And from there, I started to seek support so that I could truly heal myself. When I started to seek support, I knew that I was going to have to let go of the shame and the embarrassment that I had allowed to keep me, stuck. And what I learned through that experience is when you shout your shame, so when you share the things that you're ashamed about and you get the support you need, you silence that shame. So all those negative and nasty voices in your head that tell you you're no good, that you're another statistic, that something is wrong with you, is silenced when you reach out to get support. Because not only do you get support, love, encouragement, and motivation, but you're getting practical strategies, and more importantly, you're reminded that you're not alone on the journey. During my healing process, I took time to really reflect, right? I took time to reflect on my needs, my wants, my desires, and most importantly, the biggest takeaways. I tell my clients all the time that yes, we've been wounded, that things have happened to us, but if you allow yourself to stay bitter and angry about the wounds, you're never going to progress. But if you allow yourself to pull the wisdom from the wounds, meaning you allow yourself to learn from that experience, to learn from what you've gone through, then now you're progressing in the right direction. You're putting yourself in a position to succeed on your healing journey, which is a whole different mindset and a whole different life step than staying stuck. During my healing journey, I took time to focus on self-care and personal development and to focus on loving myself and not loving the parts of myself that I could publicly display or the parts of myself that I was extremely proud of. But I took a conscious effort to love myself for every part of myself, the parts that I was embarrassed about, my wounds, my failures, my struggles, because the truth is, without my struggles, it sounds cliche, but I never would have stumbled across the strength that I have today. And so if we're too busy trying to shy away or hide or push past our struggles, we're never going to be able to find the confidence that we need to push forward. And because of my work during my healing journey, I was able to gain the confidence that I needed to start sharing my story. And when I started to share my story, I started to change lives. So it's funny to think about the very thing that I was once embarrassed about, the thing that I was very ashamed about, and I sat in silence and embarrassment and never shared, is now the very thing that I use to change other people's lives. I speak, I do podcasts, I blog, I do YouTube videos, I do all of these things to empower other people to know that no matter what happened to them, that you can still move forward. No matter what broke you, you can build upon that and step into the purpose that you're called here to be here for. And so it's just so empowering to understand that one decision where I decided I was no longer going to seek sympathy, that I was instead going to seek support, and that I was going after my healing journey unapologetically and by all means necessary, was the decision that changed my life. Now, let me state, doing this was not always easy. It was not even always fun, but it was something that needed to take place for me to be where I'm at today. And I'm grateful that I pushed past the obstacles. I'm grateful that I pushed past the struggles. I'm grateful that I kept going even when I didn't feel like it. I'm grateful for my confidence and my dedication to my healing goal, because without it, I wouldn't even be speaking to you today. So now I have used my own healing experience to help and coach and support other people. And now that I've done that, I now understand the process of healing. I now understand the process of getting through a divorce, the process of breaking free, the process of re-identifying yourself and recreating a future you love. So I have spent the last several months compiling research with, my own market research amongst my clients and my experience of actually doing physical research on my own, of reading, of studying, of praying, of all of these things. And I have compiled a course that I am going to be teaching totally for free. Okay. And I'm using my own testimony, my own trials, my own struggles, as well as the things that I've witnessed my own clients go through and the ways in which I've supported them to teach you how to discover yourself after divorce. And through this course, we are going to talk about the 7 stages of divorce, how to master those difficult emotions that you go through the divorce process, how to take what broke you and use it to build you, how to navigate the single life, and the tools that you'll need to create a life that you love with confidence. So check the link below so that you can sign up. Remember, this course is totally for free. And so if you're looking for a way to recreate and rediscover who you truly are, despite your divorce, despite what you've gone through, despite your setbacks, despite what life is showing you right now, this is the course for you. Now, let me ask you, how would your life change if you committed to healing instead of focusing on your hurt? It would change tremendously. You'd get an opportunity to really know who you are. You'd get an opportunity to, more importantly, love yourself for who you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. You get an opportunity to create a life that you love based on what you've learned and experienced. That is what I want for you. And more importantly, I know that that's what you desire and what you deserve. So make sure you use the link below to sign up. If you know someone who also could be struggling with this in this very area, it sounds cliche, but I mean it. We don't want our loved ones to struggle. We don't want them to stay stuck or stagnant. We want them to have success moving forward. So sharing really is caring. So share this video, share the link, let them know that they can join me. Remember, this course is totally for free and is to teach you the skills that you need to discover yourself after your divorce. If you know someone who's struggling with healing themselves from the hurt of their divorce, of stepping into their new chapter unapologetically, if you know someone who's overwhelmed with difficult emotions and unable to move forward, or overwhelmed with the shame and the embarrassment, sharing truly is caring. I know that it sounds cliche, but we never want our loved ones to stay stuck or stagnant or struggle. So make sure you share this video or share the link. Remember, the course is totally free because I want to help every person that desires to heal and discover themselves do just that. So I have a takeaway question for you to ponder. What would it look like and what would it mean for you to truly understand your hurt? Understand what the obstacles were that were keeping you stuck, to understand why you're overwhelmed with difficult emotions and difficult feelings and unable to move forward? What would it look like for you to understand how to push past that and to have a plan in place that you could actually implement that would allow you to step into your healing, discover who you are, and live your life on purpose? Comment below and let me know. Make sure you hit like and subscribe before you go. And until next time, I'll chat with you guys later.